Oh yeah! What's up? What's up?
What is going on, everyone? It seems like only 10 minutes ago I saw you on Pilled. Because I did. We are back.
Hey, Fridays are busy around here. We start early and we go really, really late. There will be something happening on the network until about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's all live.
My Fridays have been going crazy now. I do this. I do Name in the AM. We're going to be doing that. We got this show, What's Your Issue? And then I do Cinema Crusaders. I go right from Cinema Crusaders into ADHD theater. But I love it. Yeah. It's all good.
No, the schedule going out today is crazy, man. With this show and then the ID show at 8, and ADH Theater at 9, and Freewheeling Fridays at 11, and Late Night Art Attack at 1 a.m. It just keeps going. But right now, we get to meet somebody new.
Yes, we do.
I've never met this man before, and I was pointed in his direction by our friend, Mr. Brink, Mr. Dave Brink from Genuine Comics. So let's welcome Mr. Tyson Rock. What is up? What's happening?
Hello. How's it going?
Good, good. How you doing?
Good. I'm glad to be here. And
you're with Rising Star Comics, right?
Yes.
Cool, cool.
Now, I'm going to pull this up, this campaign.
All right.
Look, I love, part of the thing that has driven me all these, 5.5, going on 6 years I've been doing this, is meeting new creators and exposing the indie fans to people that I never met before, right? So the list goes on and on and on. We've covered so many people's first campaign that this kind of feels traditional now. We got Cosmo Girl #1, guys. And we're going to take a little bit of a look at it. See what we got.
Cool, 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 cool. Here we go.
Oh.
Awesome. So you're doing well, man. You're doing well. Is this your first Kickstarter campaign?
No, it's actually my third, but it's the first for the series.
Okay.
Okay. For me, it's the first time I met you, so I like meeting new people.
Oh yeah, same.
Go ahead and give us a little history lesson. What are the first 2 campaigns that you worked on? And I might find out that I do know who you are. Let's hear about them.
Oh yeah. Well, Rising Star Comics has been around for a bit, but I just started putting out campaigns last year, and the first 2 books were called Rebound, which is my first superhero title, and this is also the first this is the first new title within the same Rising Star universe. It's a shared universe type of deal. So cool. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one because it was the first time I was branching out of from Rebound, which was the original series, and I'm glad to see it come together. I just and here I am.
Awesome.
I'm glad to see that you are building a universe and not just a background for one character. A lot of people get caught up in that, and then that's all they got is the one character. I like that you're adding some depth to the lore. So,
yeah, I always wanted this to be like a shared universe type of the deal, like Marvel and DC did. And I actually do want the continuity to really matter, not just within the title, but all across the titles, like people just showing up, and of course crossovers and just like things impacting other things, just that type of deal. I always liked that, and I want to have that here, where continuity is important.
Awesome. Well, I see you got a video. Why don't we check out the video, and then we'll talk a little bit more about your campaign. We'll talk about Cosmo Girl. We'll talk about your history and everything like that. We'll get into it all, but let's check out this video real quick.
Oh.
Browser rewards. Browser rewards. There we go. Yeah, that looks great. You know, it's got that classic comic look to it. As someone who's been a little dismayed about the disappearance of redheads in comics and the movies, you got an actual redhead character. That's cool. You know, it looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it was so I mean, the whole thing about her being a redhead was actually a suggestion from a friend that just it kind of came out of nowhere. It's like, hey, she should be a redhead. I was like, oh yeah, that totally works. I hadn't fully thought of that what her hair color was at the time, and I thought that would actually work, be looking good.
Yeah, it's one of those things in comics where you look at the comics, DC and Marvel, through the 80s and 90s, and it was just like redheads everywhere,
Dude, Mary Jane, come on, the main love interest of the most popular hero for a couple decades, she's a redhead, yo. And when they got the blonde, what'd they do? They killed her off.
You got Jean Grey, you got all sorts of redheads, but they've disappeared a little bit. But they're making a comeback. It's like we're not about ginger hate here on this show. We love
personally, I love redheads.
The redhead stuff, like especially with whatever reason why every time you have a redhead, like being a dad that you replace with a black person, like it's so consistent every time. I can't even like unsee it. And after it was pointed out, like I feel like there's no way that was an accident.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I don't know how to describe it.
Replacing anyone is just. It's like, come on, man. If you want to write them out of the universe, you write them out of the universe. You don't rewrite them as somebody else. That's lazy. That's
lazy stop writing. The redhead hate. So
Yeah, it's just lazy writing, man. Come on.
So what is your role on this book? You the writer, the artist, all the above. So
no, I'm not the artist. I wish I could draw that good. I'm the writer and creator. Of course, I started writing Star Comics. I'm the main writer at the moment too. I do hope the other writers involved. In fact, I do have one who's lined up, but yeah, the artist here is from Brazil. His name is Zilson Costa, and he's also coming over from Rebound. Like he's really good and like reliable and quick. And man, when you find artists that great, and you can count on
hold on to them for sure.
Looking at your art right off the bat, and maybe this will strike some people the wrong way. And you know what? I don't care. If you don't like it, that's fine. You could be mad at me, but I'm just going to state my opinion. One of the things that's happened in recent mainstream comics is they have made women kind of ugly on a general rule and drawn them not very feminine. And your artist is not afraid to give Cosmo Girl her assets and make her look feminine and pretty. And
yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, another thing about Brazilian artists, especially, it's also from Latin America in general too, is that they don't shy away from that stuff. Huh?
Yeah. Right.
Growing up,
beautiful women. They like them like we do. Like we really do. Even though they act like we don't. We do. We do.
Growing up, I was a big fan of the Mexican version of Spider-Man. So they did a different version of Spider-Man for Mexico. And the big love interest, everybody down there loved Gwen Stacy, and they drew Gwen Stacy with a little badonkadonk. She had some junk in the trunk. So I'm telling you right now. But yeah, it was good. This is great. So is this a panel from the interior, or is this a cover?
No, this is a variant cover by the Zhang brothers. It's actually, but even though it's just a variant, it's actually the most popular cover. So it was definitely a good investment on my part. I'm going to have them back for the future issues. Yeah,
definitely. It looks really, really cool. And you got the whole, you almost got like a Silver Surfer vibe with your villain there. What is her name?
Oh, Gravitas.
Okay, cool. She's riding on like a hoverboard, or is that what's going on there?
Yeah, it's like a device. She can manipulate gravity, and the disc itself, it works like an extension of that. I mean, she can technically move around like in the air without it, but let's just say it's not as efficient as with the disc. Right.
Cool. Very cool. Let's see what else we got going on. see what kind of tiers. So, what is your most popular tier you got going on? Do you have an idea? Or?
Yeah, it's the variant cover with the Zhang brothers there. It's actually like outsold the main version by a lot, and I had a feeling it's gonna be popular. That's why I went for it. And,
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's very, very cool. Let's see, $15 physical copy.
How many pages?
For the variant cover? That's cool.
How many pages?
One thing that's really neat about starting this company and like having a backlog already is the compound effect. Like the fact that I have these two, the fact that I have these two past issues like as add-ons, like there's actually a good chunk of backers who are getting those and like adding more to the list, like the total, and that's really neat. I can't wait to see where it goes in the future. Where I have even more of a backlog and you don't want to catch up. Like.
How many pages in your comic?
22.
Okay. And make sure, I mean, if you like these covers, make sure you get on over to Kickstarter, look up Rising Star Comics or Cosmo Girl #1, and make sure you back this. You know, I think we got, 9 days left on the campaign? And you're funded, but
also late pledges are enabled.
All right. I mean, you're funded right now, but, you know, every little bit helps and is appreciated. So make sure you get over there. Back this. Let's keep
back it now, though, before it's over. Look, if you hear about this after it's over and late pledges are enabled, you can go get it. That's cool. But if you're hearing about it now, don't wait till then. Help you print more books. The more money he gets, the more he can do for you. Right?
And for all of you who don't know, art is expensive. Covers, are expensive. They cost money, and printing is expensive, and shipping is expensive. It's all expensive. So, make sure you show these guys some love. Show Indie Comics love, specifically show Rising Star Comics some love. Let's get over there and back this Cosmo Girl. So make sure you get over there and do that.
Thanks, Art. I didn't know he was in the audience there. That's neat.
Oh yeah, we got people everywhere, man. Yeah. We're broadcasting into like 7 different destinations right now. So there's people seeing you right now that have never seen you before on Pilled, places like that. So, make a good impression.
Which reminds me, I need to set up a meeting with you, RJ, if you're out there at some point. So, but that's other stuff. That's not what we're talking about.
That's me. RJ's working, but I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
So yeah, let's keep looking. Let's keep going down. Look and see what else we got going on. So,
cover C.
That is a great dynamic pose right there. Look it up. Very powerful. Your artist knows what's going on. They got what they're doing. So
that was by the Italian artist Monica Macogni.
Yep. So this is another variant cover for you, huh?
Yeah.
So now I got a question for you on your process for not only these variant covers, but when you write your scripts, because it's really interesting to me. I love to talk to the writers about their script work. How do you work with an artist? What do you do on your scripts as an artist when you're giving it to them? Do you give them a lot of latitude? I know some people who give them ultimate latitude to draw the panels the way they sit, even the page layout. I've also known people who are like, it has to be drawn this specific way and this pose, and so it's like, and I know people all in between. So what is your process when you write and working with an artist?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Well, let's see. Basically, how I start with the writing at first is I write one script like that I call like the skeleton, which is like the story, just the story itself. And right now I send the pages to the artist individually because at a time, like sometimes it's one, sometimes it's multiple. And whenever I do that, I always make sure to add a bunch of details that weren't in the the original because I wanted to skip that in the interest of time. But basically, I give good descriptions, but I'm also not super specific like on how he should draw it. And he also sometimes will actually go do it different from what I suggested because, well, he's the artist and he actually has the eye out for this stuff. And so, and usually it always turns out for the best. Like there's only been in the entire time I've worked with him and like across a lot of pages now, there's only been like a few instances where I actually had to have him redo a page. And it's only because he misinterpreted what I said. And it was to the level that it had to be redone. But those were rare instances. And for the most part, he's doing fantastic.
Awesome, awesome. And I have to ask. It sounds like you got a really good relationship with your artists, but it's like I know when I've worked with artists on my books, one of the things I really appreciate, and it can't be hard to find. So everybody out there, when you find it, hold on to it. But have you found? Have you had any difficulties finding people who meet deadlines that are real professional about changes and stuff like that, so that when you found an artist that you can work with, you held on to them? Or have you
Oh,
had
oh my God, yes. Oh man, I'm like, I actually, when it came to Rebound, when I first got Zills, and I had already went through two different artists, and neither of them were as good, and also were nowhere near as professional. And man, it was so frustrating. And at the time, I also wasn't nowhere near as established at all, so I just had to take what I could get. And the reason I found Zilson was because a friend of mine who had worked with him before on a side project or something, like he pointed me in his direction. And it was actually for this side story anthology called Tales to Inspire, which Rebound also features in. Because at the time I was still with my last artist, and I needed an artist for this one. And that's so I reached out to him, and we started. Oh my God, his art was so much better. And I decided, I had to make him the main artist, because I couldn't have it be where my side story with Rebound looked way better than the main book. You know what I mean? So I just scrapped where I was at that point. I was already kind of satisfied with it, and then started over. And it was even though it was kind of painful, it was the best possible thing to do, because I did not want to turn out a shoddy product just to make it quicker.
Yeah. Shout out to all of you out there who are looking to make your living as an artist. Is the main character supposed to look like Mary Jane? That's a great question.
No, that wasn't my intention. If anything,
I was going to say the first cover, she has a little bit of a MJ appearance, right?
Yeah,
I can see that. But then when you go to the manga style, it doesn't give you that impression.
But if anything, I was
kind of inspired.
If anything, I was actually kind of more inspired by Miss Marvel, the Carol Danvers one. But in fact, my original plan for the costume before it changed was that it would be like that style with the leotard with the gloves and stuff. But I decided it actually worked better to have it be a full body suit that highlights everything. Like I thought that'd be more dynamic and original.
Now, I want to field this one a little bit, Matthew. Everybody's situation is different. Some people have the money to print books, and they just go out and set a low goal to get it funded so that they can actually put the books in people's hands. Some people have to pay an artist up front, and they have to do crowdfunding. Okay, there's different schools of thought on how things are run, but they're based on people's personal situation. It's not like, how do you make do with 500 gold? Trust me, if he needs more than that, he's going to get more than that. He's going to ask for more than that. Obviously, he's already got his people paid or whatever, so he's just trying to make sure that this thing goes to print.
Actually, that's a good point, because all the art, the interior art for this book is complete.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I've known people who have done this. It also can be a tactic. I don't know. I'm not speaking for you, but once you get funded, the algorithm on a lot of these crowdfunding sites will kick you up higher in being viewed and stuff like that. So if you've already got everything paid for, you could do those types of things as well. So
plus, I also think it's a psychological thing. I think people are more likely to back something if they already see it's been made its goal. So
it's going to be printed. That's a lot of people wait until something funds before they get in, because they just want to know they're going to get the book.
Right. Exactly.
You know how disappointing it is to back something that you really want and it doesn't fund and you don't get it. You know how disappointing that is as a fan, bro?
Oh my God, I know all that feeling too well. In fact, I'm actually taking pride in it. I've gotten both Rebound 1 and 2 fulfilled on time. Well, technically 2 was only a month late because I forgot the survey, and kind of a rookie mistake. But I'm actually pretty proud of it, because I both my books were on time or very close compared to the people who are really established taking months or even years.
Yeah, yeah. Always.
You,
What's the term I'm looking for? Under promise and over fulfill.
yeah. You know how disappointing it is when your campaign you back funds and you still haven't gotten the book 4 years later. Rob Liefeld.
I
Yeah.
know.
So
For me, it was well, there's actually multiple examples I can name, but the one that immediately comes to mind on Kickstarter, at least, is was the Anybody's by Scott Lobdell, and that which sucks. I actually was really looking forward to that one. It looked like a Wildstorm book in the present day, but no, there's no word on that. There's like they're not even pretending it's coming out now. I haven't heard anything about it.
oh, look at this. This is some cool interior art.
Oh yeah,
Very nice. Awesome. So I mean, this feels now. Give us the pitch for the story about this hero, because to me, just looking at it, you know, it feels like your classic superhero story. And I have to tell you right now, you get some, you know, they're not worth anything, but you get some geek cred points with me for saying you like Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel. You didn't say Captain Marvel, you said Miss Marvel, which is my favorite version. So I appreciated that. So.
Oh yeah, I mean. It's funny. I mean, it was sad that I had to clarify, but when I said Miss Marvel, I felt like I had to make sure it was Carol Danvers is not, you know, the new
one. Kamala Khan. Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah, the pitch, huh? Well, basically, it's her name is Sherry Westman, and she's a 22-year-old student studying law over in Connecticut, and she has these alien bracelets called Omnibands, which are kind of like they're the source for her powers, and you can kind of think of them as being like a Green Lantern ring, and there's a backstory there that it's not fully explained in this issue, but it'll be relevant later. Oh yeah, jeez. No
preach.
Yeah, that's a different conversation for sure.
Yeah. So what's your issue? Like, what is your issue? We could talk about at some point. So yeah.
Oh yeah. But basically,
I particularly like this panel right here where she's looking at the tablet.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because that's the first panel of the Crom ash can, basically, with me looking at at a tablet that Crom has been drawn on, and that's when he comes to life. So the opening panel is just like that panel right there. So I like
very nice.
What is up, Nexion? What's happening?
Yes, definitely.
But let's see. Yeah, those Omnibands, like I said, like a Green Lantern ring. You get like they gave her powers, and I mean, on one hand, she actually does take being a superhero seriously. She actually does want to protect people. She thinks it's a responsibility, but at the same time, she's also kind of a screw up in her life, and she uses it for her own indulgences, and she kind of forgets her responsibilities normally, like school assignments and just keeping things in order. So it's like so she sometimes abuses her powers, not for anything illegal, but for her own interests, like going on on a transatlantic shopping trip, like that type of thing, and then kind of shirking her responsibilities, and like her whole room looks like a total disaster, and then like so she'll like fight crime, then go across the world, and like sleeping late because she's she has a hangover or whatever, and she has to cram in for the assignment like to only barely pass, and she's happy to even do that. Like yes, it was a kind of thing. That's why the tagline is sort of she has great power and not a whole lot of responsibility.
very cool, very cool.
I like it.
Oh, this actually first really came to mind when I shared it with a beta reader. I mean, I only wanted her to be flawed, and but I guess I didn't like. I guess I went a little too hard on it. She's like, yeah, she's kind of a screw up, and is that intentional? And I was like, no, but he's like, that's actually pretty good. You should stick to that. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Like,
so make sure so everybody get out there. Pause the show or go open up another window. Get to Kickstarter right now. Look up Rising Star Comics or Cosmo Girl #1. Make sure you back this. It's 100% funded. You're going to get the book. We got 9 days left though, So don't wait till the very end. Go out there and back it right now. And let's get Cosmo Girl #1 up even higher. So let's get this going. So, all right. So I have a couple questions. Not only do we like to look at your campaign and everything, but we want to get to know you as a creator as well. So, how did this is just a standard question I like to ask everybody, but it's always interesting the answers we get. How did you get into comics? What drew you to comics? What got you into it in the first place? It keeps you there. So.
Oh, gee, that is a good question. Well, basically, I've always been into. I was always kind of like and you could say outsider, just because. I mean, I've never been into sports and stuff. Even though people always told me I should play basketball because I'm tall. And
nice, thank you, Nexian. Cool.
Oh, thanks. Well, let's take a number real quick.
We love to see that. We love to see that.
I'm good.
Wait, scroll up.
All the way up, yeah.
Hasn't showed yet.
Wait.
Now he might have already backed it before.
Huh.
But it might show up here.
Cool.
It's not always right on time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like a couple minutes delayed before.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you'll even get the numbers first, and then the backer is like the dollar amount will go up. Oh yeah, he backed it when it first dropped. See? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, where I first started was I was a kid growing up in the aughts, and I just like I was always into nerdy stuff, never into sports, even though I'm tall. So tell me to play basketball, and that was kind of like my escape back then, because things can be kind of rough sometimes. And I was always, of course, really into Marvel in particular because of just the characterization. I always liked the shared universe, like how it was done, like
right.
And man, and then I kind of fade out of comics, like into other things, and and then when I got back, I saw I was kind of confused with why everything was just suddenly so so bad, but also there was all this gaslighting and about how things were, and I had no idea what kind of the toxic culture war elements what was going on until a little later, and I was all like. I think that what really blew it open was, of course, The Last Jedi. But I decided, you know what? I felt like if they weren't going to create the comics I wanted to see, I should do it myself.
There's a lot of people out there that feel very similar to you. It's interesting. It's kind of like a common thread. Although I do have to. So you grew up in the aughts. You're a Marvel fan. This is going to be a little contentious. So if you don't want to answer this question, I completely understand. But I have my feelings on this as well. And it might surprise you. What were your thoughts on the Ultimate Universe in Marvel?
Oh, the Ultimate Universe. It's funny, like it's pretty good in a lot of ways, especially like Ultimate Spider-Man. But I feel like they went a little too deep into the nihilistic, darker and edgier parts, like where it felt like there's a lot of shock value, like emphasized over story. Even though it's funny, even though a lot of it was still like well written, I kind of felt like. It was supposed to be like super supposed to be hopeful and stuff, and and I just after a while it kind of got like a little over the top, But overall, I would say I liked it. I just wish that some things went differently.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm among my friend group that's my age. I am definitely an outlier in that I had time for the Ultimate Universe. I collected a lot of it, like Spider-Man and X-Men and the Ultimates. But then when they started doing stuff like Red Skull was Captain America's son, or Magneto pulled Wolverine apart, and stuff like that, I was like, oh my Lord, So.
Was it Wanda and Pietro literally being in a relationship?
Yeah. It was. There was some stuff going on, but as a general rule, it was good. And I enjoyed it, and I still have time for those. And I think some of those first Ultimate books are really cool. So
in fact, it's kind of funny because there's a lot of the edgy stuff, but the weird thing is the writers are also still good enough where it actually works. Like it a lot of the stories are still good even when they have that. It's just so it's not like it's not like they're bad stories either. So it's kind of funny how that works. It's just like if they were bad stories and they had it, that would have really
something belongs in the story, then it flows. If it's something that constantly hitting you in the head and takes you out of the story, that's completely different. Like I can't even watch commercials anymore.
Yeah.
They are so unrealistic. It's like everything is an interracial family or a gay family or whatever. And it's like, it's about, it's like, come on, man. It's just be realistic. I mean, people look, different nationalities or different races appeal to different things. And that you're going to see those people representing those products. You expect that, right? But when it's unrealistic, when you got the wrong people representing the product because you want to make it look like they actually represent the product when they don't.
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
But,
it just kills me. It's like proper representation in your ads would help you sell a lot more stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, American Eagle found that one out.
Yeah.
Dude, that was hilarious. That was a hilarious ad. And everybody made a big deal out of it. And they sold a whole bunch of jeans.
Yeah.
They sold a whole bunch of jeans. They're going to be selling jeans for a long time now because of that.
Just don't force stuff. It's like my wife and I are in an interracial marriage. My parents are interracial, but it's like.
This is the whole thing, though. If Levi would have left it alone, everybody would have forgot about it in a couple months and been buying Levi's.
Yeah.
Levi went out there and made a stink about it from the other side, and now they're not going to get them customers back.
Yeah.
No matter what happens with American jeans or whatever, Levi's not going to get them customers.
There you go. Yeah.
You don't negative press yourself, guys. Don't do it.
Yeah. There's another story, but we're on YouTube right now. We can't talk about it. But yeah. But going back to Ultimate Comics, like you were talking about, one of the things I thought was interesting was that Ultimate Comics is where a lot of the ideas for the MCU came from. Originally.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. The MCU is basically a whole bunch of what if stories or mashed up stories.
But I mean, very early on, like the Sam Jackson version of God, why am I?
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury was originally an Ultimate Comics version where they drew was it Andre Ware as on a dare. The artist was like, hey. So they drew him as Nick Fury, and then they carried that forward as Sam Jackson. And now I would dare say that Sam Jackson version of Nick Fury is considered the definitive one by most people. You show them the Nick Fury from the 80s and 90s or earlier, and they're like, who the hell is that? So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, like.
And Matthew right here, he says, too, as an autistic person, he'd hate it if every character on TV had to be that way. It's like, look, guys, where it fits in the story, by all means, make part of the story.
Well,
but don't ruin it for people by over-representing anyone.
Yeah, I mean, as a general rule, I really don't even need any story to represent me, because I actually feel like a lot of these stories are supposed to be like aspirational. I don't want to see me. I want to see people who are larger than life, who are better than me.
I want to see a reason to be a better me.
All right, you just walked into this. Is what's your issue? So I'm sorry, you just walked into it. Do you play D&D at all? Or have you ever played D&D?
I played a little bit of D&D. I was in this group, and it was really fun for a while, but things just kind of, fell, kind of just went the wayside. But
all right. If you don't know, a recent development in the last couple of years in D&D is they have introduced the concept of disabled heroes, where you have magical wheelchairs with weapons attached to them and flying crutches and stuff like that.
Jesus.
What is your?
I heard about that stuff, but I didn't pay too much attention and just kind of cringe at it. But jeez, I mean, I just say that there was good reason why when I was in the D&D group, even though no one spoke on it, I think there's good reason why I was using the model from over 10 years ago rather than today.
We have two different actual streams on our network that are game streams. Nem runs one of them, and Chris Brown runs another one. The one we're playing with Chris Brown right now is a beta test. It's a game test for our friend Lori, who does the comic series Path of the Pale Rider, and Chris adapted her comic series to an RPG, and we're game testing it live on a stream every Thursday now.
But you know, the reason I brought this up though is representation. I mean, it's like, you know, you were talking about it. It's like, this is aspirational. It's fantasy.
Yes.
This is escapism. This is, you know, it's like when you're creating a hero, if you're disabled, you know, there's nothing, you know, we're not looking down, you know, there's something wrong with you. But if you're creating a character to role play, why would you want to put that character in a wheelchair that flies around and stuff? You know, it's like, what is up with that? So
it actually sounds like satire when you put it that way. You know?
Exactly. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not like they're not even taking it seriously anymore, and just anything can be anything, and that's not really what it's about. Another thing, like when you're playing D&D, and some people want to create their character without rolling for their stats.
Well, it's like, wait a minute, this is a dice-based game, and how your character is created should be based on how the dice roll. You don't just go, I'm OP, I'm OP, I'm OP.
Oh, yeah, you can't trust anyone. Like, otherwise, they'll just do that every time.
I'm trying to figure out how to put this for YouTube. I had to review this comic, and I actually interviewed the writer at one point, and I don't remember her name, which is not good. But this was like 12 years ago, and the comic, the basis for the comic was about a bunch of girls and women whose superpower was their period.
Oh, dude, don't even go there. That was such a horrible idea. That was Marvel. I'm pretty sure it was Marvel. It was bad.
No, it was somebody else. I don't remember what it was. It was like, I want to say Image or IDW. I don't think it was IDW, but anyway, they would turn into like were creatures based on.
Oh, geez.
It was.
I'm pretty sure that was Marvel, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
12 years ago or so.
Yeah, like 10, 12 years ago.
I would have thought that'd be like 2020 or something. Huh.
No, this was like 2015, 2014, something like that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the rock has been going on for a while. Huh.
Yeah. So, but it was another one of those things where it's like you could tell, you know, and I was nice in the interview and listening to the interview and having them explain. It was another one of those things where it's like this person had real issues about the fact that she was a woman and had to go through a period. And it's like, okay, if you want to write about that. But instead tried to put it into a comic character. And I was like, man, okay. I was like, whatever. But somehow it got mainstream backing and everything. But it was one of these books where I was like, wow, okay. So.
Oh man, yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm going to give it to you right here. I'm going to give it to you right here.
Okay.
Like, what the heck is the name of this thing? Dang it.
I want to say it was like Kittens, or I don't know, man. I don't remember. I think I did a brain dump on it. I did a memory flush. So
thank you.
It's about a single mom powered by her menstrual cycle, and it's a lot. It's okay. It is Image Comics. It was Marguerite Bennett and Layla Links.
Yeah.
Bring the world of Mom, Mother of Madness. Oh, that just pissed me off. No, they're not madness. They're not close to madness. They don't have.
And then, but anyway, those are my issues. So back to you as a creator. So we've talked about what got you into comics, but there's a couple ways to go there. You know, obviously you could become an artist. You become a writer. So how did you decide to become a writer, and what got you into writing? So,
well, that's a good question. The main reason why is I just don't really know how to draw.
So you can't draw right. So.
Yeah, but other than that, I actually have a pretty big creative mind. I have a lot of a thought about world building and creating characters and ideas and stuff. And well, since I can't draw, and that seems to be my strong suit. So yeah.
So how does your creative process go? I know how. This is one of the other things I love to talk to writers about. Because I know how my mind works, and we all work differently. All the different writers I've interviewed. So when you are here's my first question for writing. So when you are writing your scenes, what happens in your mind? Do you see them? Do you create them bit by element, or do you see something like a full video playing? What is going on in your brain when you're seeing the scene?
Wow, that's actually a pretty good question. Well, a lot of it's kind of, well, I mean, I have the idea out in advance, but it's often not like super specific. It's I often write an overview of it, and I guess I just have a general like idea of what the scene looks like, and then on the spot when I'm just writing it, it's half planned, half improvisation. Oh, no. But yeah, it's like half planned out in advance, half me improvising on the spot, like and just kind of imagining what looks cool in that moment, and
Cool.
So yeah, and like I said, I write a first basic script, which I call a skeleton, which is just the story itself with minimal details, because I don't want to bog myself down with having to describe everything at the start. And then I make that thing in more detail when it's time to give it to the artist. So so a lot of it's kind of only a general outline of the what it looks like, and the basic idea of it across, and then when I give it to him, and you could say spruce it up.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to share a story with you, and I'm curious if you do anything like this. When I'm writing, my wife thinks I'm absolutely nuts, because it doesn't matter if I'm writing novels or short stories or my comics. When I'm writing dialogue, I actually do the voices for everybody I'm writing for out loud in different voices. So, do you ever do anything like that? Not necessarily to that level, but do you do the voices? Do you do the voices in your head? How do you do writing dialogue? Because a lot of people have problems with dialogue. So
yeah, that's a funny thing. I've been told that's a good way to write dialogue. I just haven't done that yet, because well, one, I feel yeah, it sounds a bit awkward, but also I guess I'm just used to doing it in my head, and I have had feedback sometimes the dialogue be clunky, but usually how it works is like well, I mean, clunky in the script. I have editors for that reason, but how it works is actually also when it comes to dialogue, I much like with the story itself, it's placeholder. I write the general idea of what they're saying and maybe try to get it like right, but I don't obsess over it. And then when I go back later with a fresh set of eyes, I correct it to something better.
Yeah, interesting. My opinion is I think eventually over time, all writers are a little bit schizophrenic, because we're like putting ourselves from the different points of view of all these characters. So we start getting like split personalities or something. So.
Yeah. I have thought about trying to do that thing where I read the dialogue out loud, but I'm just kind of worried about, I guess, other people hearing me. So especially because I do a lot of my writing outside the home. Like I go to like a coffee shop or whatever on my laptop and do it, because it helps me get the juices flowing. And I just say that's not exactly a luxury I have when I'm out in public, because people are going to be like, "What's this guy's deal?"
Embrace your inner crazy, Tyson. Get out there.
Well, this reminds me of back in school. I took drama, and I was in the school plays and stuff like that. And I could not rehearse or memorize lines by trying to do it myself. I had to have somebody to do the other part of the conversation with me, so that I could be me in my character and not be trying to figure out how the other guy is responding, feeling, how he would be responding. You know what I mean? It's like you can't go by just words when you're trying to feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to have to jump from character to character to character when you're trying to feel it. You want to be that one guy, and totally be that one guy. So that was something I always had to have somebody to rehearse lines with. I couldn't just do it myself.
So where are you joining us from, by the way? I'm curious because I noticed that you said it in Connecticut. So I'm curious if you're
Oh,
in Connecticut or
no. That's where the store. Well, no, I'm from the Eastern Washington.
Okay, okay.
The Connecticut part was her story. It's like close to New York, like that area.
Yeah.
That just where she's attending college, and I do think that's where she's also from too. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not from Connecticut myself.
Okay. So you're from the eastern part of Washington State. Okay. So you're north of where I live. So cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down here in Southern California. So yeah, but
that's interesting. Yeah. It's even though it's not our time zone, I often like advertise Eastern Standard Time because that's the one everyone's going to recognize, especially because it's where a lot of audience is at. So I just do use that instead of Pacific Standard Time.
So but going back to location, so you write Connecticut. I have written books, novels in New York, and I've written comics that took place in the UK. I love doing that. Some people ask, how can you do that because you're not from there? Do you do any research on Connecticut, or how was your process of doing that kind of stuff?
Oh, well, for this story, it was actually kind of simple because other than a few scenes, it doesn't actually largely take place in Connecticut. She's living in the part that's really close to New York City. Like this fight in particular is in New York, and the second one with Gravitas is also near it. So that part's actually rather simple, and I haven't actually had to do much research on Connecticut so far because that's where she lives, but it's not like the central focus. And
go ahead. No.
Oh yeah, and the next issue, which I actually announced on the update, it actually takes place over in Arizona because that's where she fights the villain there. So that's actually pretty, handy.
Yeah. It's always fun to me to listen to people and how they, where they choose to set their stories and how you write it, and just little things like one of my comics is set in the UK, and just picking up on little bits of slang and stuff and putting that in there in the dialogue. For the people who live there, they kind of get it and it really sets it for them. So that was always really fun for me to do as well. So let's see, we're coming up on the end of time. Let's go back and see how we're doing on backers and everything at the top. Pops, if you could scroll up on the campaign. Woo. Come on. All right. So we need to get this going. If you can't get it going during the show, though, please, if you're watching the show on replay on all of our various Madison Entertainment channels on all the platforms we're on, go check out Cosmo Girl #1. Go check out Rising Star Comics. We want to get this thing up even higher. All of you out there, let's get this up at least to $2,600. Before the end of the weekend. That's what I would like to see. So
same here.
Yeah. So let's get this thing going, get this thing up. There's some great artwork on it. What are your plans going forward? You said you already announced an update for
it's actually in the you look at the updates right there. I announced it last night. Scroll down a bit. The update's right there, and then I announced it at the bottom along with the new Rebound issue.
Okay, cool. Rebound #3.
Yeah, click on and then scroll down. You'll see the art in black and white. Oh yeah, that's the Rebound issue right there.
Oh wow, wow! I love this art. Love it. Looks good.
Same artist, different colors though. But go down a little more, and you'll see Cosmo Girl #2 has already been announced. Terror of the Techno Creature.
Very cool.
Huh.
You got some definite. I especially I was looking at Rebound, that issue 3. That's giving me some late 80s Spider-Man vibes.
Oh yeah, that was the inspiration for that.
Yeah. Love that style of artwork. Yeah, really digging that.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Nexian. Awesome.
Hello, Lou. What's up, Lou Pons here in the chat?
I gotta check that out. So that looks right, man. I love the color on that cloak there.
Oh,
Very cool.
Yeah, it's actually
that guy reminds me of Spider-Man. That guy reminds me of the villain Carrion in Spider-Man.
Okay.
Oh wait, what? In Spider-Man?
The villain Carrion?
Yeah, the symbiote.
Oh, the symbiote. Oh, that's interesting. Like, yeah, it actually makes sense. I wasn't really thinking about that when I created him. I was actually kind of thinking his villain was a major one, but he's kind of like you could say the Dr. Octopus of his rogues gallery. Someone who's like a major villain, almost his arch enemy, but kind of second in the hierarchy. Like,
Carrion was a really good villain, but they didn't do much with him. I think he only appeared twice, 2 different story arcs.
When I was looking at this, I was getting like a combo of Hobgoblin and Green Goblin. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, which I dig. Like one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, was only around for a little while, was they did a demonic version of the Hobgoblin called Demo Goblin. Yeah, I love that. So.
Demo Goblin. I always pronounce it Demo Goblin, but
yeah.
I guess I don't know which one it is. It could be that
It could very well be Demo Goblin. I'm just pronouncing it wrong. So that's giving me the Fly vibes, So
oh yeah,
that old movie. So, but even like up here, go scroll up again for a second, Pops. Love the eye panel, but this panel right here, this is reminding me. This has got a classic pose and like the way he's holding his face, everything like Sandman, the old Sandman. Or even Doc Ock to a certain extent, So really cool artwork there. Really, really, really good. So, by the way, I saw Lou in the chat. Hey, Lou, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. So, all right, Pops, it's about that time. So, let's see. Make sure everybody get on over to Kickstarter. Look for Cosmo Girl #1 or Rising Star Comics. Make sure you back that. I want to thank Tyson coming to us from the eastern part of Washington State. Thank you very much for joining us here on What's Your Issue.
So, yeah, I'm glad to be here. I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, definitely. I hope you had a good time. I hope we were gentle with you. Didn't hurt you too bad. So.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you out to everyone who was watching. Thank you, Nexian, for backing the campaign already.
Yeah. Lou, I just sent you a little message over there on Facebook. And thank you. I can't wait. I can't wait to see her. Dude, the first time I seen Lou's art, I think it was a David Bowie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, we got to get her in the group.
Well, I think I can announce this. Lou can beat me about the head and face if I can't announce it, but I'll announce it anyway. Lou and I have agreed to work together, and Lou is going to be doing a variant cover for my upcoming comic, Space Monkeys. So
nice.
I am very happy about that. So,
cool.
But that is a topic for another show. So we will talk about some other time. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody who watches the Madness Entertainment Group, wherever you're watching from. Please click like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Or give us the red pill, give us the gold pill. Just don't give us the blue pill. We don't want the blue pill. We don't need the blue pill. We're all very viral here. So, or however that word's, pronounced. Yeah, go check us out on all these shows. Go check out Rising Star Comics. Go check out Cosmo Girl #1. I am going to be back later on the Madness for ADHD Theater. I'll also be doing the David Cronenberg movie Existenz from 1999 on my Cinema Crusaders show. We had an M in the AM already. Check out all of the great shows. Tuesday Morning Brew.
We got the ID show later tonight. Freewheeling Friday later tonight, the late night Heart Attack later tonight. We got a long night of work here.
Yeah, we got it all going on. So go check out all that stuff.
Dude, you can drop your links, Matthew. You can drop your links. You better do it quick before the show, though.
Yeah, drop it quick. We'll put it up there. Getting ready to end the show. My back teeth are floating. I've been on the air for 2.5 hours now, so I need to go hit the head. So drop those links so we throw it up there.
Huh.
Anytime. Look, Tyson, if you go to my YouTube channel right now, say something in the chat, I'll give you a wrench, and then anytime you see us live, you can drop your link too. This is a networking and promotional platform. Yep. We're trying to help people get seen. That's why I just told Matthew, go put your link in the chat. You can do that too. All you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, say something, say hi. I'll give you a wrench, and then you can do what he just did.
Oh, yeah.
Go check that.
I will wait. I will wait long enough for you to get that in there.
Yep, I just threw it up there. There it is.
Oh, Eastern Washington. Oh, yeah, I'm in the Tri-Cities area, actually.
The Night Slayers. Go check out the Night Slayers on Kickstarter. And you know what? If Pops will indulge me, we are going to a pre-launch phase soon for Space Monkeys. But I got a little teaser for you all because I've been messing around with animation. So we're going to do a little animated trailer as part of
Levi,
the Space Monkeys.
Brother.
But
Levi's in Spokane. Here's one of us. Remember the madness. You know.
Here's a brief teaser for the trailer that'll be coming for our pre-launch for Space Monkeys.
I like it already.
It's not finished yet, but
I like it.
That's really cool. I hope one day I'll be able to get a nice animated trailer myself.
Yeah, it was fun to work on. You know, it takes a while, but I eventually want to be doing actual like motion comics or something like that. So, Captain
Simeon, just the Space Monkey.
There's a whole story behind Space Monkeys, but that's for when I'm a guest. So, but I'm starting the long journey of promoing. So I'll be a guest on Flip City next week, starting that. But like I said, that's for another time.
And anytime my co-host wants to be the issue, you can be the issue.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
I already know I am an issue. I'm a lot of people's issues. So, I fear sometimes I try not to be, but I fear I'm my wife's issue sometimes. So, you know,
well,
it is what it is.
That's your job, though. You're supposed to be her issue.
Yeah.
You know.
And I get the look. So I get the look not only from my wife, but my daughters too. But I invite that. All right. Enough of that. I got to get out of here before I get in trouble and my daughters actually come in here and give me the look and you guys get it through the camera and then you'll be in trouble. So thank you, Tyson, for being on What's Your Issue? I hope you had a good time. I hope all of you out there watching had a good time. Once again, please like the video. Please subscribe wherever you are or give us those pills. We're growing this thing. We love bringing this to all of you. We want to grow this and see everybody be successful. Because it's time. The indie revolution is here, and we're all part of it. So we're all living in that world. Until next time, until next Friday for What's Your Issue, I am Nim, along with Mr. Pops Van Zant, and our guest today has been Mr. Tyson J, as in just better than The Rock, Tyson Rock. So thank you, everybody. We are out of here. Bye, guys.
See ya.